everybody. My name is Sheleka Laseter, and I am the Collections and Exhibition Coordinator at AEIVA. And today, for our face-to-face series, we have Carey Fountain. He is a fellow museum personnel and artist in Birmingham, Alabama. And my first question for you is, why do you create, and what need does it satisfy for you?
Well, first off, thank you. And as far as creating, why do I create and what need does it satisfy? I think I create to try to understand what's going on and understand my thoughts, or sometimes understand the world, you know, and then, just working through that. And what need does it satisfy? It just satisfies, I guess, that it's become just like a thing, I guess, like therapy almost. It's therapeutic.
Is it therapy as well when you display your artwork to other people?
Yes, it's almost it's like it's kind of nervous. It's like nerve-wracking too, because you're vulnerable with a lot of people. But I think it's very important because learning how to be vulnerable, I think, is like where you find strength. Like when you're kind of just throwing out there and you just being 100% transparent and you.
So do you feel that creativity is a part of human nature, or is it something that's learned and has to be nurtured over time?
I think it's a part of human nature. I mean, kids are really creative. They have a huge imagination, and yeah, it's just I think it becomes less a part of you because you're taught to fit into society in certain kind of ways. You're marketed from the moment you're born. You watch Hollywood movies, entertainment, TV shows. You you're given a vision of how you're supposed to be. So you don't feel as creative because you feel like you have to be, whatever your ego tells you have to be.
With the influence of that type of art from society, would you say that's something that you don't like about the art world?
Um, but you're saying like the influence of with society, with what
That,
with
that,
society?
so that sounds like you say people influenced by like media and movies and stuff like that. So those are forms of art. So do you
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
those forms of art?
Yeah, I see what you mean. No, I don't, I don't, I don't dislike the art of that. I just dislike, um, I guess more so I'm thinking about is like propaganda stuff or um, the way capitalism or certain systems, whether it be white supremacy, um, they that this country or this world is built on makes us think creativity is like an esoteric thing, like it's this weird thing, like, oh, you're an artist. No, everyone's an artist. The artist just the artist just basically kept some of that imagination and vulnerability that you have as a kid.
And it seems like the older we get, the more our creativity seems to diminish because of society and like you got to go to college to get this type of degree, and it's never really promotes art and culture in that type of way. How do you feel that your role as an artist has impacted your position of the manager of public programs at the BMA?
It's definitely it's pretty much, I feel like, the basis of my position. It's it, the basis in terms of how I approach my thinking about it, because I know if I'm working if a lot of my job is supporting artists and it is supporting the arts, and and just being an artist myself, and before I was working at the museum, what it was like. it's I feel like it's like I have a responsibility to keep on a lot of different levels that's bigger than me, that's deeper than me. And a lot of times I don't, and I'm still learning a lot. And it's a very, it's a foreign role to me in a lot of aspects, but it also feels right at home in a lot of ways too, if that makes sense. So it's like this thing that, you know, it does feel kind of like art in a bit because it's, you know, it's requiring me to be creative in ways and how I think about things and how I incorporate and think about the community. And yeah, I mean, I love it though. I love it. I appreciate it.
So you're finally in a position to actually do what you're passionate about.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I think too, like thinking about it as an artist and coming from an artist background, you know, it doesn't, at least not yet, it doesn't really seem like work. I mean, it seems like work though, because in certain ways, because like you do have things you have to do,
Yeah.
but in terms of, but it feels like, you know, like this painting right here that I'm working on, like that's a lot of work, and I'm not even a third of the way done. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing that work, it, you know, it just feels like what you're supposed to do. It just, you don't even, you love the work. So
Even notice the time flying by.
yeah, I mean, is that kind of like how you feel too? Just, you
I
know,
can definitely say that because I feel like I have more space to be creative. So this is like
mm-hmm.
new,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like um, very familiar at the same time.
Yeah.
Definitely relate. What medium of art do you most identify with, and what would be like your dream project?
Um, so the medium of art I most identify with, that's a tough one. I would normally say music. I feel like music has been the longest. So it's like I want to say that, but I do enjoy painting in a different kind of way. And and what's the second part of that question? I'm sorry.
What is your dream project?
Yeah, my dream project. So my dream project is September 25th is the opening date of my exhibition with Vinegar, which is, you know, a local nonprofit contemporary arts organization supporting artists. And yeah, that's my dream project.
So it's already in the
Y'all
works.
should go.
It's gonna happen now.
Yeah, and it's going to mix music and art. So it's going to be something that I've never done, and I know I'm supposed to do it because it makes me nervous, like to think about doing it.
It sounds like you though. You're mixing both of the things that you love to do.
Yeah, yeah, because they're really pushing me to think about it um, differently and like think about and ask questions like why. So like why? You know what I'm saying? Like just why? Why do you do what you do? Who are you? Um, Behind everything, behind being an artist. Why do you, you know? And I've just been really thinking about that a lot over the past like month, and I'm putting a lot of that into this show, and I'm realizing that it feels liberating in the process. So that is my dream, and it's my dream project. Go September 25th.
So to round off this interview, what is the best piece of advice you've been given in your field?
The best piece of advice I've been given in my field. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like I'm just gonna pick the one that I can remember the quickest, which uh, there's so many people I want to give shout outs to though.
You want to do top three?
Top three, okay. Um, Sarah Gardner Armstrong had, I mean, she's continued to be like a mentor to me. But you have to be okay with being lost. It's good to be lost. Um, let's see. Next one will probably be. my brother Kudos. He's my one of my best friends, and we've been working on music together forever, for like 10 plus years. And it is, basically the grind don't stop. The grind don't stop. You gotta run away from it. You gotta run away from it, and that's why I run every morning. Cause Kudos, I be running away from. Nope, I ain't going back to that, and I just running away from them demons. Keep running, and if I don't do that, then I don't feel like my day doesn't feel right if I don't get that off in the morning.
You don't start with your day with a run.
Yeah, I start my day with a run.
Mm-hmm. That's like that jump start to the day.
Yeah. It's like I have my little ritual. I have to do my run, and then I'll come back, do my little workout, do my smoothie, and I drink my tea, and I like my Palo Santo, and then I just relax, and then I'm good after that for the rest of the day. Throw anything at me, and it'll be okay.
What's the third piece of advice?
The third piece of advice would be in my field. I'm trying to think, like, there's so much. It's like I feel like I'm always learning from anybody. I try to, but trying to think. I said Sarah. I said Kudos. Okay. Be malleable and valuable.
Say that again.
Be malleable and valuable.
Oh, be malleable. Okay.
Malleable and valuable.
Who said that one?
It kind of came in conversation with Rachel White, curator of education at BMA, and it's just inspired from just realizing that you have to be willing to change, especially in COVID. I feel like COVID taught us that.
Yeah, like willing to adapt. Man, I wonder how the last quarter of 2020 is going to end.
Aliens.
They've already told us they already released their information.
Yeah, it's coming.
And nobody really paid attention to it. It's going to come back around.
It's going to come back around. I'm going to text you and be like, I told you. I'll be like, turn on the news right now. So the aliens have just landed. They want us to go with them.
I want to thank you for coming on to our face-to-face and interviewing with us. It has been great. Do you have any last remarks?
It's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate you for asking me to do this. And yeah, thank you.